Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk men's basketball. And with us, head coach Andy Bronkema. Coach, welcome to the show.
Good to be back, Robert.
I know, nice to be back for another season of Bulldog basketball. Had a couple exhibition games this past weekend and already well underway.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back on the show. Got a chance to listen to a couple of the coaches up in the booth, and not everybody knows what's going on up in the booth with the students, but Glenn is coaching them up like crazy up there. I mean, it's just like one of my practices. So he's after them, he's coaching them, he's aggressive, he's intense. So I like showing up early. I'm going to start showing up a little earlier and getting a few coaching tips from Glenn there. But it's fun to be on the show. It's fun to be back. Looking forward to this season. Exhibitions are on the way. Took on Muskegon Community College and our alumni, and it was a good couple days.
Obviously, as you take on Muskegon Community College to open the year, a familiar connection with Jimmy Booth, the head coach on the opposite side, and he formerly worked under Dave Schlump, who's now on your staff.
Yeah, lots of connections and kind of the coaching fraternity just sticking together. And Coach Booth is, like you said, connected with Coach Schlump, but also, my brother worked into the mix as assistant under Coach Schlump and with Coach Booth for a number of years. So just a good friend, really, and wanted to play his team, and he's got some nice talent too, so it didn't hurt to get a chance to look at those guys.
As we go to some of the highlights of that, you mentioned that nice talent, not a typical junior college team, a very competitive team.
Very competitive team. I mean, you looked at starting lineups, and it's like, wow, they're bigger than us at every position. They're athletic. It's safe to say that all their guys in the starting lineup are going to play at four-year schools, and some of the guys off the bench too. So that being said, we had some lineups that were just as young as theirs in the game, and we got to play a lot of people, and very excited about our improvement on that night.
Certainly these exhibition games, a chance for you to play a lot of guys and a lot of kids that may or may not redshirt before it's all said and done.
Yeah, we're still making those decisions. It's early on. This is one of the earlier games that we played, 4 days of practice and then into a game. But it's good to get on the floor. It's good to just announce to everybody, hey, it's basketball season, because we're a two-semester sport, and everybody's kind of in the mix on a few other of our exciting sports right now. So we're joining the party, and a lot of our guys are ready to go, and some of our guys need to work on some things, but I'm happy with this team.
Get a 101-59 win over Muskegon Community College to open it, and then didn't have a whole lot of time to rest. You had the alumni game coming up the very next day.
Yeah, we did that on purpose. We like to schedule back-to-backs early in the season just to give us that test, to give us that experience, and a totally different look. An experienced team, obviously, and loads of talent. Probably not in the shape that Muskegon was in, but they gave us a go. Muskegon provided us with some adversity, and so did the alumni. We got off to a quick start, and they really weren't ready to go, but then they cut into the lead, and they cut it to single digits in the second half.
We go to the highlights of the alumni game. You look across the court, you open the game, and you're facing 5 guys that were national champions on the other side.
Yeah, and it was nice to have Coach Anderson and Coach Hepner, coaching the game, and it was nice that he did that. It was very intentional, and it was a pretty cool thing to see, and just bring back some of the memories. And each one of these individuals brings back memories. And other than Ty Miller, I think every one of them I was able to coach, either as assistant or head coach. And just thankful for everybody to come back. It was just overall a really, really good day.
Obviously, you guys got off to a quick start, but as they do, they're competitive guys, and they rallied back and started to hit some shots as the game wore on.
The storyline's always the same with the alumni. It's the most talented and established team that we're going to play all year. We hope to. Obviously, some of them remember the plays. They could probably remember them and run them, but they're not running a lot of plays, and they're not in the shape that we're in. So we take advantage of that. But as far as skill, man, they hit some amazing shots and had some big-time plays on us. And as soon as we would relax a second and stop competing at a high level, they'd dig into the lead. So lots of things to learn. We got this on film now, these last 2 games. We can point out things, and the object is just to see a lot of growth. So that's what we're using these 2 games for, and getting ready for another one.
105-84, and you mentioned the other one, final exhibition game against Calvin University, and former head coach Bill Saul bringing the Knights here to Big Rapids for the first time.
Yeah, bringing them in under the Coach Saul era, and no bones about it. They knocked us off last year, so we had to schedule them right again to see if we can't just get that win back under our belt. So, we're always looking for the Division I exhibition games, and we couldn't find any of them this year, unfortunately. And you know, Coach Saul is sitting there. He's always willing to play whoever, any night, anywhere, and signed up, and just looking forward to competing against him. And it's going to be a different feel. It's going to be a better feel, you know, having your mentor and the guy that gave you a chance in coaching to be in the league for your first 6 years. You know, that we handled it well. We're still friends, and we'll be able to be better friends now that we're not competing in the same league. But we made it through, and I'm glad to have him coming to Wink Arena.
Obviously, how did these exhibition games help prepare you for the start of the regular season, November 1st through the 3rd at the Division II Tip-Off Classic?
Yep, it's an early start to the season because we play a week before everybody else and 3 games in a row. So we just slid the calendar a week earlier. So that's why we're playing these exhibitions early, and we kind of planned the preseason around that too. So excited to get out to California. You know, not ready yet. Still going through all the logistics. Coach has been doing a great job. I got to dig into some of the itinerary with him coming up here and make sure we got everybody's ID and middle names right for the flights and everything. So that's part of the process, and we're looking forward to that trip. And I'm excited to provide that trip to our student athletes. They deserve it, absolutely, and you know, it provides them with a better educational experience at Ferris, and that's what we're trying to do.
Speaking of those student athletes, maybe talk about some of those older guys that have been the leaders here thus far, led by a senior class.
Well, each year is different, and I'm liking the dynamic of this team. I see so many strengths. I do see some weaknesses that we're trying to increase, but we're going to focus on the things that I think this team can do well, and that starts with just having 3 veteran seniors, you know, 2 5-year guys and a 4-year guy, guys that have played every year of their career. And you know, we're just going to follow their lead, and they'll do great things on the floor. And we've talked to them about that. They're going to have big games. Dare to say they're all going to have a 20-point game this year. But we're really looking for them just to lead the team and do the right things, and just continue a culture, not establish, continue it. You know, for the underclassmen and just for the alumni that are proud of the program, for everybody. So we'll look to lean on them.
We've talked about it before, but obviously you come back from California, then a 10-game homestand, a lot of games at home after a tough stretch on the road last season.
Yeah, it's good to be at home. So mark them on your calendars, show up. Let's get Wink Arena rocking. I mean, to finally have some home games, it just seems like forever. And we've done this now a couple years in a row where scheduling, and I've talked to you about it before, it's difficult. And people are booked, or dates don't work out, or there's no advantage to play. There's a lot of things. It's a hard thing to do. It's an inexact science, you know, trying to work out the games. So we've had an every other year thing going on here, and this is the year we get a bunch of home games. So it'll be good to stay at home.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on the great start, and looking forward to a great season of Bulldog basketball.
Yep, me too, Robert.
That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. You can follow all the action and get all the results online, ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.